Hey everyone, Lane here from Maker's Lane. So today I'm finally going to get started working on this man door. I've been meaning to get to it for a while now. Obviously it's complete now, but it's been a huge process. So I built my big overhead door here, my 10 by 10 foot overhead door a couple months ago, and I'm meaning to get this done so that this whole room is basically insulated. I can put an AC system in here because it's starting to get hot obviously. So let's go ahead and get to it. The first thing I'm going to do is measure it and get a basic frame built, and then I'll go into a little bit more detail on what I did for this latch. Okay, so now that I got this back part secured to the other side of the door frame and it swings open, better than I expected. So before I go ahead and put this other before I put the insulation in and all the other panels, I want to go ahead and like mock up the door handle. So I was going back and forth on how I wanted to do it, whether I wanted to do a simple latch or something a little bit more, complicated. And of course I ended up with something a little bit more complicated. I'm actually gonna go with a kind of like a gear design with a spring on it. It should look something like this when it's finished. So that's the basic premises. What I'm actually gonna use, the other day I actually found this on the side of the road. And so I'm basically gonna take the gear set off of it and use that and the chain as how I'm gonna actually open up the door. Like you saw in the picture, that's what the plan is. Hopefully I do it and I didn't just say that for nothing. I'm gonna get this up on the table, kind of like mock it up. I don't know how much of it I'm actually gonna film because it's gonna be some trial and error. I got an idea of whether or not that's gonna pan out. Obviously, that's what it's gonna look like when it's finished, but I actually don't know what that looks like yet, so you're seeing it before I'm actually seeing it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take this apart and see if we can make up our very own door latch. All right, so now that I've proven the concept and got a pretty good idea of how it's gonna work and what I need to do, I'm gonna go ahead and mount this section to the door frame itself. And then I'm gonna have to drill a hole, obviously, for the shaft. But yeah, so the next thing is to kind of mount it, get another idea of like where it's gonna come through, what I need to do as far as a latch. Once I do that, then I can go ahead and button up the inside, add the insulation, and basically button it all together. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the latch attached to the door frame and make sure everything fits up. Alright, so there you go. Fully door with the fully functioning latch. The whole reason I had to build this custom door latch instead of just buying one, I thought it would just be really cool to have this as a nice accent piece in my shop. Two, they don't make door knobs or door latches for 6-inch doors, and that's what this is with all the insulation and everything. It's about 6 inches thick. So I had to build something custom. This is what I came up with, which was just a basic concept. But yeah, it's I've used it now for about a month or two. I absolutely love the way it looks, and it functions basically perfectly. I never have issue. Every once in a while, if I release this too hard, the spring will come off, which isn't that big of a deal. You just pop it back on, and it's ready to go. But yeah, you just don't release the handle that hard, and the spring doesn't pop off. We can fix that. I could just bend this over. I just haven't done it yet. The only other issue that I really ran into this, which I think I'm gonna fix probably later. When I open this, the latch doesn't stay open like this. I'm hoping to eventually add something like a latch that holds down here. And when I push it open, it holds this so that it doesn't close. Because if you release it here, it gets caught on the back side of the door. Not to mention, when you go to close it, that's in the way, so you have to actually open the handle to close it. But yeah, there might be a couple other little pieces I add to it just to kind of just improve the overall design. However, this design functions great. Other than those two little minor inconveniences, it opens and closes very smoothly. Now I'm gonna have to go around and add a weather strip just so it's fully insulated in here, but it'll be very easy because just the way this door functions, I'm just really happy with how it turned out. I don't think there's anything I would have changed. Even the outside handle. The outside handle's kind of plain, and I could have done something more like this on the outside, but I think I kind of also like the outside, how it looks, how it's kind of simple, just for the outside part of it. But yeah, overall, this was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy with how this handle turns out. I thought it looked super cool. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, just hit me up. But yeah, until next time, I'm Lane from Maker's Lane. You guys have a good one.